What's up, everybody? How you guys doing today? Happy Friday, everybody. What I'm going to do today is a back and bicep workout. I'm going back to basics. What I'm going to do, because something interesting happened yesterday at the gym. I noticed while I was training people, the gym was a little too crowded to get to the exercise machine. So I'm deciding now to show clients basic bodybuilding exercises, basic exercises, because a lot of people think that you need to do a lot of different exercises to get a full stimulation on your back or any body part. You only need to do a couple of certain exercises. If you can get compound exercises that are basic, you get full development of your back. So I'm going to go over a couple of those. I'm going to do bent over rows, chin-ups, one-arm dumbbell rows, thickness, width, and upper back right there. And we're gonna hit some biceps too with 3 movements. So in case you guys are new to my channel, my name is Charlie D, and this is the channel 6 Pack at 60. Now I've been training for a long time. I've been a personal trainer for over 30 years. I'm also a nutritionist. I kind of know what I'm doing a little bit. I'm 61 years old and I take no medication. So that being said, this is a basic workout today. I'm going to show you how to work out with some compound movements. Basically what a compound movement is a movement that uses several muscles to get the desired effect. Like if you want to pick this bent over row, it's a compound movement. You hit your spinal erectors, you hit your thickness of the back, the mid back, hit your biceps, and you're pulling up, hit your rear delts. So it's a compound exercise. Hits multiple muscles at the same time. That way it uses less time and less effort to get the same results. I shouldn't say less effort because you're able to put a little more intensity in your workout when you do that. So, okay, I already warmed up. So my first set is going to be some bent over rows. Let me get this set up over here. You guys will check that out here. A lot of people are scared of this exercise for some reason. I don't know. It's definitely one of the best basic exercises you can do. All right, let me get my pad set up here. Hold on one second. Let me get this together here. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing good. It's Friday. Okay, let me just get this going here. Okay. All right, guys. I'm ready now. All right, like I said, the first exercise is going to be bent over rows. Now this exercise, you have to make sure you perform it with a straight back and a weight that you can control. You don't want to use heavy weight. You want to use a weight that puts enough stress on your back, but not enough stress to hurt your hinge area. You know what I'm saying? Here, let's check this out. Now I take an underhanded grip with this movement. I don't take an overhanded grip. Sometimes I do, but this time I'm taking an underhanded grip because I'm doing my biceps today. All right? So let's go here. Okay. Whew. That was a good set. Now I left some reps in the tank there because when I'm bent over like that, it's a very precarious position. So I like to control the weight. If I do too many reps with this weight, I tend to hurt my lower back. So from that experience, I don't do that anymore. All right. Okay, next set. something. Okay. That was a good set too. All right, I got one more set of this. And then I'm gonna be doing some chin-ups with a weight belt. So let's see. Now I'm wondering how the mic is sounding. Yesterday I had some issues with the mic. If you guys get anything out of this workout, do me a favor, hit subscribe. I do live stream every day. It's mostly for my clients, but I find out a few other people have subscribed and like my channel, so thanks for that. Okay, next set. What's up, guys? Elijah, Braden, what's up? Okay, here's my next set. Bent over rows with an underhanded grip. Whew. That was a good set. All right, now next exercise I'm gonna do is gonna be chin up. So gotta set it up right here. Man, that's a good set. Okay. Yeah, this for some of you guys who know me and have followed me for a while, you know that I had a hernia operation last year. It's been a while since I've been able to do chin-ups, but I started doing them a few months ago. So I got enough to now do 5 sets of 5 with weight. So let me get that together here. I gotta take some breath though. Doing bent over rows, it takes a lot of gas out of you because you're bent over and your lungs are contracting. Okay, I'm putting on a 10-pound plate on here. Now I have been able to do 11 reps with just my body weight, but I'm trying to do a progressive overload where I add a little bit of weight, do 5 reps, and I try to increase the reps. Now today I'm gonna try to do 6 reps. Let's see how I can get that before I have to raise the weight. Let me just catch some breath. Oh shit, I forgot to time my workout. One of the reasons why I time the workout is because it counts my calories. Now I know the calories are not 100% accurate, but it gives me a baseline that if I keep doing the same thing over and over, and I keep getting the same amount of calories burned, and if I lose body fat with that calorie, then that's okay. It doesn't have to be the exact thing. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. Let me get this set up here. Let me take a break for a second. Let's see if I can do 6 for a personal record. Okay. Ready? First set. Let's get 6 reps. Okay. Whew. That's good. I got 6. I count that as 6. What do you think? Was that 6? I think so. Let me take a rest for a second. See, because chin-ups are a really good basic exercise. It's an exercise that a lot of people don't want to mess with because it's a hard exercise to do. But now you have the chin-ups at the gym, the pull-up machine where you can actually assist you, which is good for the people who can't really do one chin-up. You know, when I had gained a lot of weight from the car accident, I couldn't even do one chin-up. When I was close to 300 pounds, I couldn't even pull myself up. My goal is to hang with 90 pounds and do 10 chin-ups. That's my goal. It ain't gonna happen right now, but that's my goal. Okay, let's get another set. Okay, next set. Let's get 6 again. Come on, ready? 1, 2. I was counting in my mind and I screwed up the count, so I'm gonna have to look at the video later and see how many it was. But I think 6 are out for now. I think it's 5 is the goal. I got one more set. And I gotta tell you something that's true. Since I've been doing this for about 4 months, my biceps have gotten bigger. It's the grip that I'm using here, because when you're pulling with your biceps in your back like that, you're pulling your whole body weight. That's not no easy task. That's hard, you know? My mistake was when I was younger, nobody taught me that this was a basic exercise. This was, to me, was just a hard exercise. Well, what was easy was the lat pull down. So I did that instead, which in turn made me never get to pull down enough weight to make me do a chin up. You understand what I'm saying? I stayed weak in that movement. That's why for many years, all my clients, I've made them do chin ups, even if they can only do 1. Now, at a gym, at a commercial gym, I can have them do assisted chin ups. But regularly at their home gyms, apartment gyms, or complex gyms, whatever, they usually don't have pull-up assisted machines. So, all right, next set. Let's get 5 good ones. I'm gonna get 5 good ones. I probably sound like a retard. I mean, an idiot here. Just talking to myself, but I have to do it. Okay, ready? Okay. Whew, that was 5 good ones. And then I did a kind of a partial rep in the stretch position because I couldn't pull it up to the top position. So I had to do a partial that way. Okay, next exercise now. I'm gonna do one of them dumbbell rows against the bench. This is another good basic exercise for thickness of your back. And since you do it on a bench, supporting yourself by a bench, you don't put a lot of stress on your back, which is a big complaint of a lot of people. A lot of people have back issues. Okay, hold on. All right, let me put this over here. always, and I told this to a person last night, one of my clients, whenever you're picking up a weight from the floor, don't pick it up nonchalantly. Concentrate on what you're doing, because I have hurt my back many times picking up a cup off the floor. So definitely, if you're not in condition, when you go to bend down to pick up a weight, concentrate a little bit. Don't be talking to the trainer. Concentrate, bend and look. All right, let me do some some bent over rows. I think this is pretty good. Yeah, okay. Now, this is the reason why I like this exercise, is because you can hold yourself here. You look in the mirror, make sure your back is nice, flat. One arm at a time. Okay. Next arm. That was good. Definitely a good set. It's very important to, when you do this exercise, you really concentrate on just pulling with your lat. Don't try to pull with your biceps. Definitely don't twist to the side. I was watching a video the other day with Sam Soto and Chris Bumstead. Sam was training up here in Port St. Lucie with Chris, and they were talking about doing bent over rows, and Sam didn't like it because he thought it would thicken his waist. Sam, that's because you're doing it wrong. You got to stabilize yourself and do it just like I did it. I know you can't use a heavy weight when you do that, but in this instance, weight is only part of the equation. You need a heavy weight to get some stimulation for this exercise, but not too heavy that you got to twist in the way that you think the way you said you had to twist. That will thicken up your waist. Somebody asked me a quick question, what is the best shoulder exercise? There's several exercises, but if I was to pick only one exercise for shoulders, it would have to be overhead press. But that's for total, that's a compound movement. For side delts, of course, would be lateral raises with a cable or dumbbells, or there's another exercise where you can do on the bench like this. That's a little more advanced. That puts more of a stretch. You go like this, it puts a stretch in your. That's a good exercise. But no, the best overall exercise to me would be the shoulder press. Unless I'm missing something. So if I am, tell me. Okay, next exercise. Okay. Whew. That was a good set. So, Sam, if you happen to be watching, see how I didn't twist my torso? That's how you should do it. Try it like that. I think you'll like that. You just got to use a little lighter weight. Okay, so that's the back portion. I did 3 basic compound exercises. 1, the bent over row with the underhanded grip. Hits my mid back, a little bit of the lats. Hits my biceps, my rear delts. Then I did the lat pull chin-ups, and that helps widen the lats, strengthens the biceps too, forearms in the grip, and dumbbell raises, hits the rear delts, the rhomboids, some of the traps. Now I'm not doing shrugs today because that's not a compound exercise. It's a basic exercise for your back, but I wanted to do compound exercises to show how you can expedite time. Whew. I know it's hard when I'm out of breath. Anyway, so I'm gonna hit the biceps now. Next exercise is gonna be bicep curls with the easy curl bar. Now, I try to keep myself going in some exercises between 10 to 12, never up to 15. If I go to 15, that means I'm doing weight a little too light. So I try to stay between 10 and 12. However, with this bicep exercise, the easy curl bar, I do it for max. So I use a weight that's a little heavy for me, so I get to do about 8 or 9 reps. But then with the hammer curls and the other curls that I do a little higher reps. So I try to combine both styles, you know what I'm saying? Okay, hold on. All right, first exercise is the bicep curl. Let me set this up over here, hold on. Let's get this going right here. Gotta tell you, I'm thirsty right now. I gotta drink some water. Hold on. Jeez. You know, it's very important to hydrate. A lot of people don't realize that, man, but you gotta keep drinking a lot of water. Sometimes I'll put some branched chain amino acids and creatine in here while I'm working out, sip on it while I'm working out. Today I didn't do that, I was just thirsty. You know, there's only a few supplements that I use. One is protein, one is creatine, one is branched chain amino acids. That's basically water flavoring for me. I love it, I drink that shit all the time. Okay. Whew. Let me get my curl bar. Okay. Whew. Okay, you could use, if you use dumbbells at home, I don't know who's asking the question, who is it? Neil? Yeah, if you use dumbbells at home, you still could do overhead shoulder press. But if you have dumbbell, let me tell you, I'm gonna jump out of this real quick and tell you what I did with my for my shoulders. Sometimes I used to do, I don't know how advanced you are, but for a shoulder set, this is what I would do sometimes. I do side laterals, right? Bend over. This is all in a superset. Side laterals to failure, right? Side laterals, a nice set of reps. Bent over with the same weight, rear delts, right? Get up with the same weight, front raises, sometimes both at the same time. Then when I finish that, that's a superset of 3 exercises. I banged right with the same weight right into dumbbell presses. That's some shit right there. But that's not a basic exercise. Anybody listens to me, that's not a basic setup right there. That's a more advanced setup. So Neil, if you got dumbbells, man, that's a good way to rock it. You can count that almost as one exercise because you're pre-exhausting and you're supersetting. Yeah, I used to love doing that shit. I might do it in my next one too, my next video. But thanks for the question. All right, let me get this curls done. All right. Now I lean back a little bit, put my elbows in my gut so get a full stretch a little bit. Then oh fuck, that's it. I thought I was gonna get a couple more reps out of that. Oh man, it just boom down. But I'm getting stronger in this movement because last week or last workout, I could only do 8 with the same weight. So I got a little stronger. 61-year-old dude getting a little stronger while he's in a calorie deficit. Whew. I'm not making it up. You guys seen it. If you look back at my last one, I only did 8 with the same amount of weight. Let me rest. And one thing I want to tell you too, range of motion is very important to all my clients. Range of motion, because you actually stretch your muscles when you do the eccentric movement. And when you do the contraction on this movement, the concentric movement tightens it up. Contracts, stretch, contracts, stretch. So a lot of times when you're doing those stretches for your bicep, you know, if it feels good, do it. But if you're stretching it perfectly like this, if you do full range of motion, you should be fine. Okay, next set. There it is. See how I let it down slow? Because I couldn't do any more reps, so I figured I'd get a good last negative rep. You know, that's a good set. I'm getting kind of hot. For the last few sets, I gotta take off this hoodie. Hold on, guys. I'll be right there. Whew. Feels a little bit better because it ain't cool in here. It's hot outside. Remember, I'm in Florida and I'm in my garage and I don't have the AC on. Okay, next set. Let's see if can you see anything there? Anything there showing you? I can't see from here. In the mirror, it looks okay, but all right, enough bullshit. Let me get going. See, this is why I like doing live streams, because you see how long it takes to do the exercise and you see how much I rest in between. So some of my clients, when we do half-hour sessions, I realize that we're speeding to the very low rest, but I keep it with lightweight, so it's more of a aerobic, anaerobic workout. You know what I mean? Combine it. Okay. Okay. All right. Whew, that was a good set. Okay. For my next set, for next exercise, I'm going to do some hammer curls. Now, hammer curls are curls with what they call a neutral grip. This is the regular grip of a curl, right? Or you can curl it upside down for your hits more of your forearm. But if you do this with a neutral grip, it hits your forearm too. But it also hits the brachialis part of the bicep, which is the big fat part of the bicep that's underneath the two heads of the bicep. So let me get this going. Okay. Now these are hammer curls. Okay, whew. Man, that was good. Also, whenever you do an exercise, tense that muscle up. Get it hard, contract it after you do it. I read that in a magazine many, many years ago, and it still holds true. It's isometric tension. Man, usually I do my workouts between 2 to 3, but today I had some scheduling conflicts in the afternoon, so I had to move my workout back. But I hope you guys are enjoying it, getting something out of it. If you do me a favor, hit subscribe. Okay. Hammer curls, hammer time. Okay, ow, my forearms are burning. Woo. Yeah, I definitely feel it. I don't know if you can see it from there. In the mirror, can't really tell. Okay, one more set of these. See, with this exercise, I keep the weight the same on the dumbbells for all 3 sets. I try to go higher in reps. So that's how I keep my intensity up. Because whenever I do hammer curls with too heavy of a weight, I get tendonitis in my elbow. So I don't do those very heavy anymore. Because when I get tendonitis in here, you can't do nothing. See, that's what sucks about injuries, why you can't get injured. Because once you get injured, you're out of the game for a couple of weeks, man. You know, I hurt my shoulder doing dips, right? What was that? That was almost 2 months ago, man. I'm getting ready to start doing my dips. Probably this Monday, I'll do some dips. Get it going. Okay, next set. Okay. Oh. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is something like preacher curls, but I can't do preacher curls. I don't have a preacher bench, but I'm going to use this bench just to stabilize my arm. Right about there, like this. Let me see if I can get just a little closer. And I do this with one arm at a time. I've been pretty wary of preacher curls for many, many years because I don't do them with a straight bar, and I definitely don't use heavy weight because I've seen too many people tear their biceps. That's something that I've seen a lot. Remember, I've been a gym manager, personal trainer for many years. I've seen a lot of injuries, man, so I know what to avoid. I gotta say, at least 6 people right after it happened in the gym. I never actually saw it happen except on video, but it sucks because you're putting your arms in a very bad position. Anyway, all right, do it nice. Stretch it all the way down. I'm taking it easy now. That wasn't actually that bad. It was a little light, but let me grab another 5 pounds for that sucker. You're welcome, Neil. I hope you try that shoulder thing that I told you about. I tell you, that I did that for a long time when I was younger. I haven't done it much because now the weights are a little heavier. But I think I'm gonna do it on my next shoulder workout. Do a superset. I don't know, a quad set or something. Superset. I have a couple of those. All right. I think the trick to these preacher curls to avoid injury is not bring it all the way down. Right about there. Oh shit. 8. I'm running out. 9. Okay. Whew. All right. I think I'm gonna finish off with those 2 sets. Those are 3 exercises for my biceps. It's a pretty complete workout, I guess. So, all right. Now, you guys asked me a couple questions this time. I'm happy. Thanks for the support. And then my clients watching, just remember, always control the weight. Don't let the weight control you. Use the weight that you can handle for full range of motion. That's the most important thing. And actually, that's the most important thing in the gym. The most important thing in your whole weight loss or fitness journey is your food. I'm telling you, 100%. It's about 90% of your whole thing. If you eat crappy, no matter how much you train, you'll look okay, but you ain't gonna look great, and you ain't gonna feel as good as you would if you ate right. So that's what I gotta say. You gotta eat correctly. So if you guys got anything out of this workout, do me a favor, hit subscribe and hit the like button. And I will see you guys. I'm going to be going to Orlando this weekend, so got a wedding to go to. Cousin Jonathan's getting married. Congratulations, Jonathan. We're going to have some fun there. All right, guys. I will see you on Monday. If I don't see you this weekend, I probably will do some stuff this weekend, though. I have a couple videos that are in the can that I want to talk about. Where we have a $2.3 trillion problem here in the United States, and that is obesity. And I have a whole video set up for that, and I'm gonna be releasing that soon. So subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification button, and I'll see you guys in the gym. Take care. Have a great day.